more spirited performance by the Sasalama Wheeler boys, and they will be looking to finish off against the Angolans tonight and secure their spot into the semi-finals. And of course the women's pool with only 4 teams in it, all the teams are still in contention, but they're now jostling for places. So Kenya will be hoping to avoid having to play the Algerian ladies. And anyway, action here with the South Africans, and Kamaldeen tries to convert the rebound there, and it's unsuccessful. The Kenyan women's side have really struggled in this tournament, and immediately the South African girls will put them under pressure and press them. Kenya looking to get the ball out of the half, and they are blown for the 8-second violation. Judu Gwaza for South Africa. Works her way in, tries to find the number 6 for South Africa, which is Kelebohile Moeng, and South Africa are up and running. Kenya inbounded, but it's stolen by Kamaldeen, and Dudu Gwaza puts up the shot, but unsuccessful. Moeng with the rebound, but the Kenyans come away with it. And wayward pass there by the Kenyan number 9, Teresa Nganga, and South Africa now back on the attack. Deneo Aseme there. Kamaldeen putting pressure on the Kenyan, but once again 8-second violation. Kenya have really struggled in this tournament with all the stronger teams have put them under pressure with the press. Kamaldeen converts for South Africa. South Africa 4, Kenya 0. Moeng converts for South Africa. South Africa 6, Kenya 0. Timeout called here by the Kenyans, and South Africa have a early 6-point lead with just under 8 minutes to play in this, the first quarter. Right, back now with the possession. South Africa after that timeout, and they inbound it, and Kamaldeen will put up the shot. It drops, and referee Charles Monetti from Mozambique indicates that the basket will count, so Kamaldeen will go to the line for one shot. she converts, and South Africa now 9, Kenya 0, and we have 7 minutes 51 still to play in this first quarter. Number 12 there for Kenya, Jennifer Kamanje, unable to progress further down the court. And South Africa attack through Dudu Gwaza, and she's fouled by the Kenyan number 8, Rahel Alar, and the basket will count, and they will have one more shot. Unsportsmanlike foul called there by the referee. Dudu Gwaza unable to convert the additional shot, and South Africa will pick up possession at the halfway line with Felile Langa. Langa brings the ball up, plays it to Doneo Masemi, and she converts. South Africa 13, Kenya 0. Caroline Manjira there for Kenya, trying to penetrate the key, but the ball is knocked out of bounds, and South Africa through Felile Langa now will come up with it. Good defensive work there by Doneo Masime, and she works her way into the key to try and pick up the pass from Gwaza, but unable to do so, and Kenya through Caroline Wanjira. Stolen by the number 6 for South Africa, Moeng, and ball out of bounds. Kenya will have the put in. Assistant coach Ntobeni comes on to assist Mosime as she lands up on the floor. There seems to be something going on at the Kenyan bench. Anyway, the referee summons the number 13 for Kenya onto the court. That's Stella Tioe. Thanks for your comments, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see Sipa Manla Gumbi, who was due to coach this ladies side, and he'll be rooting for the ladies to do the business. And Kenya now on the board with Caroline Wanjiwa. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, follow us on YouTube, and subscribe to our channel there. And for more information about this event and other information on wheelchair basketball, visit us at our website, www.basketball.co.za. Jump ball called in an alternating possession. Wanjira finds the number 14, Jane Karubu. Karubu, shot clock at 8. Passes it to the number 4 from Kenya, Ndenga, and they convert, and Kenya now 4, South Africa 13. Moeng for South Africa brings it up, plays it to Kamaldeen, to Dudu Gwaza now, and Gwaza doesn't connect, but Kamaldeen will try and pick up the rebound, and ball bounces out off Kamaldeen, and Kenya will now have the possession. Picked up now by Felile Langa. Plays it across to Danao. Masime. Dudu Gwaza. Finds Felile Langa, and Felile Langa converts for South Africa. 15 points to 4. Just under 4 minutes to play. Caroline Wanjira for Kenya. Up against Felile Langa. And Felile Langa knocks the ball out of play. And Caroline Wanjira will have the opportunity to try and get Kenya some further points in this match. Inbounded, rebounds off Moeng, and Danao Motsema picks up the ball, finds Moeng. Moeng puts up the shot and converts it, and South Africa now 17 points to 4. Caroline Wanjira unable to convert there, and South Africa initially trying to break with Felile Langa, but she loses possession. Number 12 for Kenya, Jennifer Kamande, will force the turnover there as she concedes the half-court violation. Substitution for Kenya. Number 13 for Kenya is Stella Toyoy, and she comes back onto the court. Moeng misses with the first attempt, and will maintain the possession after a alternating possession call here. Kamaldeen plays it to Langa, back to Kamaldeen, to Moeng. Moeng puts up the shot, doesn't drop for her. Passes it to Dudu Gwaza, and she cleans up for the South Africans, and 19 points to 4. South Africa lead with 1 minute 40 left to play in this first quarter. Kenya now with possession, although Danao Masimi does some good defensive work there, but the alternating position call, and Caroline Wanjiro will put it in for the Kenyans. Number 9 for South Africa has come on. It's Lungile Ndlela. And the Kenyans making a few substitutions of themselves. Number 5 is Eunice Otieno, and she comes on, as well as Mary Zakayo. Caroline Wanjira gets the ball taken away from her by Miska Kamaldeen, and she puts away Taneo Masime, and Taneo converts and is fouled in the process. Taneo Masime now at the line, and she'll try take this lead up to 22 to 18 points here for the South Africans. Puts up the shot and doesn't drop, so South Africa lead 21 points to 4, and we have a minute to play in the first quarter here at the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre in Durban. Caroline Wanjira for Kenya puts up the shot, but it is short, and South Africa will have the opportunity now to try and extend their lead before the end of this first quarter, with 34 seconds left. Kenya battling to get out of their half. Managed to do so though. And Caroline Wanjira ends up on the floor, so the referees stop the play. Wanjira has it stolen there by Dudugwaza. She finds Dana Motsime and tosses it off to Kamaldeen, but that'll be the end of the first quarter. In South Africa 21, Kenya 4, and we'll be back for the second quarter shortly. All right, back with the action here at the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre as Kenya look to get this game underway and try and get some points early in this second quarter, but stolen there by Moeng for South Africa, and she drives into the lane and is fouled by the Kenyan number 11 Elizabeth Ogonji. Once again, welcome to all our viewers from all over Africa, and good to see the Kenyan player Calvin Makura rooting for his ladies team. And South Africa now 23 and Kenya 4. Shout out to Danny Mpaki and to Boris Krunitz watching it in Germany. I hope you're enjoying wheelchair basketball's coverage of this 2017 IWBF Afro World Cup qualifiers, and all of this to play for them to come through to Germany next year and take part in the 2018 IWBF World Championships for men and women. And I'm sure Boris, you'll be looking forward to welcoming the teams from all around the world to Germany next year, and the South African girls and the South African men will be doing their best to book their tickets to the 2018 IWBF World Championships. Okay, Kenya in possession now with Caroline Wanjira. She plays it out to the number 5, Eunice Otieno. Despite their best efforts, the Kenyan ladies aren't able to get the shot up, and the 24 shot clock is sounded, and Kamaldeen now will put the ball in for South Africa. Passes it to the number 9 for South Africa is Lungile and Lela. Finds Kamaldeen, Danae Musimi. Kamaldeen gets in and doesn't drop. Picked up though by Dudu Gwaza. Dudu Gwaza based here in Durban and has played for the wheelchair Marlins in the Supersport wheelchair basketball series before, and holds her own quite nicely against some of the men players. Turnover by the Kenyans, and once again South Africa inbound. They find Moeng back to Kamaldeen. Kamaldeen passes across to Mosemi. Moeng towards Dudu Gwaza, but ball deflected out, and the South African ladies now will look to Kamaldeen. She finds Mosemi back to Moeng. Moeng's a little off target there, but the Kenyan Caroline Wanjira comes away with it. Under pressure there by Moeng, and she turns the possession over. South African assistant coach Ralph Reynolds calling for a complete change as we have a 5-on-5 off. So coming onto the court now for South Africa, we have Mandisa Happy Face Mkongo, as well as the number 5 Dudu Mseleni. We've got number 14 Katewe Zulu as Mzeleni converts. We also welcome onto the court Linda Bosele, and last but not least we have the number 10 Aviwe Ngoni. Caroline Wanjira lays it off to Eunice Otieno. She launches the ball across the halfway, finds Mary Zakayo, back to Elizabeth Ogonji. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Caroline Wanjira desperately trying to get the number 11 Elizabeth Ogonji away, and foul committed there by Mandisa Mkongo. Thank you for the compliments, ladies and gents. The rookie commentator here, and really enjoying bringing you this coverage of the 2017 IWBF Afro World Championship Qualification Tournament, and we are very thankful to the team from TV Sports and News Productions for the excellent production of this event, and we hope that you are enjoying it. Kenya with the possession. Eunice Otieno passes it to Mary Zakayo. She puts up the shot, rebounds into the hands of the number 13 Stella Toyoe, but not falling for her, and now Mandisa Mkonjo will attempt the layup, and it doesn't fall for her, but picked up there by Dudu Mzileni. Doesn't drop. Bit of a scrap for it. Mzileni manages to knock it through to Linda Bosele, and Bosele will also try, but unsuccessful, and the ball goes out of bounds off the Kenyan number 13 there, Stella Toyoe, and Mandisa Mkonjo will put the ball in. Linda Bosele for South Africa plays it out to Ketiwe Zulu. She throws up a wild attempt at a basket there, and Kenya through Caroline Wanjira try to get out of their half, but their progress is stunted as the ball's knocked out of bounds, and Kenya now will call for a timeout, and at 2 minutes 40 left in this first half, South Africa have a 27 points to 6 lead, and we'll be back now. Right, back to the action as Kenya now in possession. Number 6 for Kenya, Eunice Otieno, looking to Stella Toyoe, but ball is taken off the Kenyans, and Ketiwe Zulu will play in Dudu Mzileni, and Mzileni will take her time, and South Africa up to a 29 points to 6 lead, and we have 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in this first half. Caroline Wanjiwa brings the ball up for Kenya. Lays it off to Eunice Otieno, and Otieno is fouled by Linda Bosele, and she will go to the line for 2 shots. Timeouts, and sorry, that once again enjoying all the comments on our Facebook live stream, and welcome to the WBSA President, Mr. Craig Moergas, watching this live stream, as well as South African men's player Carl Bowles, who must be quite exhausted after his encounter against the Algerians. More from a nerves point of view, I would say. But in the meantime, Kenya will resume after the timeout with a free throw attempt. Mary Zakayo will be the one to take the shots. Zakayo unsuccessful in her first attempt. Second attempt is successful, and Kenya 7, South Africa 29, and we have a minute 46 left in this first half. Dudu Mzileni loses the grip on the ball, but fighting for it back. But she now commits the foul, and Kenya will have the chance to come away with it. Kenya in possession now, with not for long though, as Mandisa Mkongo does some good work there, but ball rebounds out, and Kenya will pick up possession with Ala Rahal, and she plays it to Mary Zakayo. Carolyn Wanjiwa unable to pick up the ball, and Katiwe Zulu, the captain of the South African team, passes it to Linda Bosele, and she drives through but is unable to convert that opportunity. And Kenya now with Caroline Wanjiwa will try and add some more points to the Kenyan total, but good work there by Katiwe Zulu, stops her progress. But now Alar trying to get a shot away, and the South African Mandisa Mkunga fouls her, and another opportunity for Kenya to get some points on the board. South African foul trouble at the moment with 4 fouls, so that's why we have another 2 free throws. 30 seconds left to play in this half, and second attempt there by Alar is unsuccessful, and South Africa will have 30 seconds to try and extend their lead. Zulu for South Africa brings the ball over the halfway line. She launches it to Linda Bosele, who puts up the attempt, and it's short, and a wasted opportunity there for the South Africans. Caroline Wanjiwa to Alar, but she's unable to hold it on the first time, and a wayward pass from her towards Zakayo, and South Africa will finish off the half with a 29 points to 7 lead, and looking quite comfortable here to go on and pick up their second win of the tournament, after having lost yesterday, the day before yesterday, to Algeria, and having won against the Zimbabweans. So all not lost in this tournament for the South African teams. South African men's team will need to be at their best later on this evening against Angola, and of course the ladies team will be taking part in the semi-final on Thursday, and we will be hoping that both our men and women team will be able to cause a couple of upsets along the way and book their tickets to Hamburg in 2018. So here at Durban at the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre, South Africa lead 29 points to 7, and we'll be back with you for the second half in about 13 and a half minutes time. number 7, Simpiwe Mankele. Kenya pick it up with the number 5, Eunice Otieno, and she is unable to find one of her teammates, but Mankele unable to pick up. And Congo now finds Mankele. She looks to Moeng. She will play in Miska Kamaldeen, and Kamaldeen unable to convert. The ball bounces off the wheel of Caroline Wanjiva, and the South African number 12, Mandisa Mkongo, will find Miska Kamaldeen, who looks to Moeng. Moeng puts up the shot, and South Africa now 31, Kenya 7. Kenya working hard to get over the halfway line, and good play there by Caroline Wanjiwa, but turns her chair into Moeng and loses possession of the ball. Miska Kamaldeen unable to convert once again. Kenya will look to get it out of their half, but once again good defensive work there by the South African girls, and the 8-second violation is called. Just to welcome Frank de Jong to this live feed, as well as the Moroccan veteran and number 15 Abdullah Al-Houdi, and as well as South African captain Cecil de Mont. Caroline Wanjiwa plays the ball to the number 6 Mary Zakaya, but again Kenya struggling to get out of the half, and South Africa will put it in at the halfway line. Miska Kamaldeen for South Africa opens up nicely for her, and she'll look to make sure, but once again it's just not falling for her. Picks up her rebound and finds Mkongo, who looks at Moeng. Moeng drives, passes it off to number 10 for South Africa, Ahuiwe Ngoni, and she converts, and it's now 33 points to 7 to the South Africans. Ball goes through to Kamaldeen. Kamaldeen puts up the shot, once again unsuccessful, but picked up this time by number 7 for South Africa is Mankele, and Mankele also unsuccessful. So a bit of scrappy play by the South African girls, not able to convert. Moeng shot wayward, and now they turn over the ball with the shot clock violation. Kenya inbound there by Eunice Otieno, but ball taken away from the Kenyans by Mankele, and she is looking to get into the key, and number 5 for Kenya is Eunice Otieno. She's called for the foul, and Mandisa Mkongo will inbound it to Miska Kamaldeen. Plays in Aviwe Ngoni. She's unable to make the basket count, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Rahel Allah for the Kenyans. So South Africa will have it looked like a South African must have got a hand on it, and Kenya get the possession, and once again Kenya called for the 8-second violation. The Kenyans have struggled in this tournament to get out of their own half during some of the games that they've played, but this type of competition for the Kenyan ladies will do them good going forward in the development of the game in Kenya. And the African team's definitely lacking in international competition. Obviously, the more games that the countries play, the better they will become. So this is a vital part of the development of the game for the likes of the Kenyan ladies team. South Africa with Moeng. Passes it to Miska Kamaldeen. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She puts it up. Doesn't fall for her. Number 6 for Kenya is Mary Zakaya, and her pass is wayward, and once again South Africa pick up the possession. Just over 4.5 minutes to go here as Miska Kamaldeen gets into the key and once again can't make it. Caroline Wanjiva for Kenya, under pressure though from number 7 for South Africa. Yes, Simpiwe Manfele. Miska Kamaldeen for South Africa finds Moeng. She can't convert either, and South Africa turn the ball over, and Kenya will attempt now to get across the other side of the court and try and add to their 7 points. And wayward pass though from Caroline Wanjiwe, but the ball's tipped over the sideline by Moeng, and Kenya will pick up the possession just inside South Africa's hop. Ball to Allah, and a fundamental error there by Mary Zakoya. She rolls back from the front court into her back court and is blown for the half court violation. So back into the game comes Jane Ndenga for the Kenyans as Owiwe Ngoni converts there for the South African team. Allah for Kenya, trying to get them across, and eventually the number 13 Stella Toyoy finds Carolyn Wanjira. Back to Mary Zakayo, and Miska Kamaldeen steals it for South Africa, and they send Moeng on her way. She's unable to convert, and now Kenya will look to try and get some points. Good defensive work there by Miska Kamaldeen. Finds Moeng. Protected by Ngoni. To Mkongo, finds the number 7 Mankele, but once again South Africa not converting the opportunities. Carolyn Wanjiwa tries to pick up, but ball ricochets out, and it's off at the South African, and it's a possession for Kenya as South Africa make a substitution. So Dudu Gwaza will come on for South Africa, and Kelebogele Moeng will go off. Kenya now with an opportunity to put some points on the board. Doesn't fall for her, and they just are unable to pick up control of the ball, and South Africa now will bring the possession up with 1 minute 40 left to play in this third quarter. And Congo puts up the shot. The smallest player on the court gets in between the two very tall Kenyan ladies and converts, and South Africa now have a 30-point lead with just over 1 minute and 10 to play in this third quarter. Carolyn Winjiwa for Kenya, but the South African ladies forced the Kenyans to concede the 8-second violation, and the Kenyan coach will call for the timeout. And with 1 minute 4 to play here in the third quarter, South Africa have a 30-point lead, 30 points to 7. Right, South Africa back with possession, and 58 seconds to play in this third quarter, and Kenya will try to get out of the key, but Mandisa Mkongo ends up on the floor. So the referees stop the play as the coach, Rolf Reynolds, comes on to assist her up. Kenya with Caroline Winjiwa. Passes it to Eunice Otieno, and she finds Stella Toyoe. Back to, picks up the rebound and hands it off to Mary Zakoya. She puts up the shot, it doesn't drop. And Congo releases the ball for Miska Kamaldeen, and she will look to convert the layup, and does so. And that should be the end of the scoring here in the third quarter as the clock winds down, and South Africa will take a 39 points to 7 lead into the final quarter of the match, and the Kenyan girls really struggling to get over the halfway line, and we'll be back shortly. And back to the action with the Kenyans in possession now. But stolen there by Simpiwe Mankele, and she puts Miska Kamaldeen into the fray, and she converts for South Africa, and South Africa 41, Kenya 7. Caroline Wanjiwa now with possession for Kenya. Plays it over to Allah. Allah closely watched there by Mankele. And shot clock now at 6 seconds. They'll need to get the shot up, and they're going to be called for the shot clock violation. Congo for South Africa. Passes it to Kamaldeen. Kamaldeen plays it into Dudu Gwaza. She finds Congo, puts up the shot, doesn't drop, and Mankele unable to get her shot away, and fouls committed by the number 7 for South Africa, Mankele. Caroline Wanjiwa blowing up for the 8-second violation, and once again South Africa will have possession and will look to drive home this big lead. Ominously for the Kenyans, the South African ladies have missed quite a large amount of their attempts at baskets, and South Africa through Dudu Gwaza now takes the score up to 43-7 to South Africa. Caroline Wanjiwa. Wheel goes over the ball, and alternating possession for the South African, and they will have possession. Timeout called by Kenya, and they will try and stem this South African tide, and the coach indicates that he wants a substitution for one of the Kenyan girls, so we'll be back shortly. Ball inbounded there to Katiwe Zulu, and she finds Felile Langa. Picked up by the number 10 for South Africa, Aviwe Ngoni, and Felile Langa will put up the shot, doesn't drop, but picks up possession, throws it to Katiwe Zulu. Ball bounces around and eventually lands in the arms of Aviwe Ngoni, and Katiwe Zulu blown for the 3-second violation. a lot cooler day here in Durban after 2 consecutive scorches of days, and certainly has made the conditions a lot more favorable for the players as well as the commentator, and we hope that it stays this way for the rest of the week. Number 4 for Kenya puts up the shot. That's Jane Ndenga, and it comes away with Dano Masimi, and she converts. And one of the Kenyan ladies is down, and the Kenyan coach comes on to make sure that she's okay. So for South Africa, substitution there. Lungile Ndlela comes on, and Mandisa Mpongo goes off. Caroline Wanjira was the player that went down, but she's okay to continue, although she checks her shoulder and back into the action. Ball is passed to the number 4 for Kenya, Jane Ndenga, and Caroline Wanjira up against Iviwe Ngoni, sorry. Number 11 for Kenya, Elizabeth Ogonji, and puts up the shot, but amongst the air ball shouts of the crowd, the ball bounces out, and South Africa come away with it once more. Number 9 for South Africa, Lungile Ndlela. Alternating possession means that South Africa will pick up the possession here at the halfway line, and it appears as though the table hadn't changed the directional arrow, and possession is given to the Kenyans, who will come away with it now with Caroline Wanjiwa. Passes it off to the number 4 there, Jane Ndenga, and back to Wanjiwa. Finds Elizabeth Ongonji. Caroline Wanjiwa, and she puts up the shot, doesn't fall. Felile Lange with possession for South Africa. But she has taken too long to get across the half, and Kenya will have the inbound at the half court, as the Kenya coach will now introduce the number 7, Nelly Utong, to the game, and will give an opportunity for a rest for Stella Toyoe. Toyoe with number 7 for Kenya there, Nelly Otong. Caroline Wanjiwa back. Caroline Wanjiwa gets the ball back to the number 5, Eunice Otieno. And Kenya trying their best to get the shot up as the shot clock goes, and ball rebounds out for a South African possession. Thank you for all your comments on our Facebook page, ladies and gents, and to Fiwo your comment about the boys sitting here singing for the girls. They have definitely been supporting the girls team, but they have a big match later on against the Angolans, and they have gone to rest up for that. But some of the players are tuned into this live feed, and they are supporting their girls and will be supporting them for the rest of the tournament. So thank you for your comments, and keep them coming in, guys. Back to the action here, and Kenya through the number 7, Nelly Atong. Nonetheless, the girls are getting some great vocal support from the locals that have turned up here to support them, and they are putting on a decent enough performance to prepare them for the semi-final encounter that they will have tomorrow against the Zimbabweans, most likely. And number 5 for South Africa, Dudu Mseleni, drives in and is fouled, but sideline possession for the South Africans, and we have just over 2 minutes 40 to play in this game. Next up for the tournament here, the 2017 Afro World Championship qualification tournament, we will see the men from Kenya as they take on the Zimbabwean team, and followed by the North African derby between Egypt and Morocco. And in the final game this evening, coming to you at 8 o'clock, is the big one for South Africa and Angola, as they look to cement themselves a position in the semi-final. So Angola have been playing some really good wheelchair basketball, and South Africa will be wary of the threat that they pose. But as Shosholoza breaks out in the stands here in Durban for the ladies, 1 minute 58 to play, and South Africa comfortable leaders at this stage, 45 points to 7, and Kenya don't run out of time to get the shot up, and a shot clock violation. Danayo Musemi puts the shot up, doesn't drop for her. Felila Ilanga unable to convert the rebound, and Dudu Mseleni will have a chance to put South Africa further ahead as she goes to the free throw line. Foul there by the Kenya number 4, Jane Ndenga. Big shout out once again to our major sponsor Sasol for their continued support of wheelchair basketball, and if it wasn't for Sasol, we would not be watching this live broadcast of all the games here at the 2017 IWBF Afro World Championship Qualifiers. And we'd also like to thank our other partners for this tournament, the Hampshire Hotel, we're accommodating all the teams, Jared Travel and Tours, as well as the Quad-Dukuza Municipality, the eThekwini Municipality, and our other sponsors. We really do appreciate all the support. South Africa come away with it now with Danayo Musemi, and she puts up the shot, and some cheers go up in the stands as she converts, and South Africa now 47, Kenya 7. 1 minute now to play in this game. Possession now for Kenya was with Nelly Otong, but she bumps into the chair of Iviwe Ngoni and loses control, and South Africa with 48 seconds. Will substitute Felile Langa, and into the game comes the captain, Katiwe Zulu. Ola for Kenya, sorry, not Ola, Jane Ndenga. Passes it to Carolyn Wanjiva, and she is fouled by South Africa's number 10, everywhere in Ngani. Side ball. Kenya with the ball. Jane Ndenga passes it across to the number 7 for Kenya, Nelly Otong. Shot goes up, misses the ring, but the South Africans pick up possession and will look to the fast break. Taneo Maseme will have the opportunity to pass it to Katiwe Zulu. She is unable to convert, and that will see the clock run down to the end of the game. And the final score here at the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre here in Durban, South Africa, sees the host team, South Africa, come away with a convincing 47 points to 7 victory over Kenya, and they will now look to finish off strongly against their counterparts in the semi-final, which is most likely Zimbabwe, and Kenya will have the ominous task of coming up against the strong Algerian outfit in the other semi-final. So here in Durban, Jerry Smith thanking you for joining us for this game, and we will be back shortly with the live feed, and commentary will resume a bit later at 6 o'clock.